Now, the trend of festive running is growing at a very fast pace in South Africa. While many are indulging in the festivities and taking a break from the hustle and bustle of the red race, runners are gearing up for many tough runs in December. One of them is taking place in Makhado Limpopo on the 28th of December. Founder and race director of Nzhelele Marathon, Rudzani Mandiwana, joins us in studio to tell us more about this race. Rudzani, a very good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Kwena, and thank you for welcoming me and your viewers at home.
You know, as I'm saying in my introduction, the culture of running during festive, is it a big thing amongst runners? Because many people take an opportunity to rest. 28th, it's time to have custard and jelly.
Yeah. No, look, you'll remember that you also need to qualify for Comrades Marathon and also 2 Oceans. So if you rest during the festives, then you tend to lose your fitness. So we saw it fit that we need to formalize the training races that happens during festives. And we came up with this idea to say, let's have a formal race during the festives on the 28th, just after the Christmas, so that whatever the sins that we indulged during Christmas, you can detox. So yeah, that's how we came up with the idea of Nzhelele Festive Marathon.
And how long has the race been, on?
We started this race in 2022. It was just informal race. A couple of us who are based in Gauteng, when we are home during the festives, we said, no, let's just have a training race. So we held it in 2022 on the 27th of December. It was called the Elias Resort Nzhelele Marathon. And then thereafter, the support was massive. Then we decided, no, let's formalize it. And then 2023, we then applied for a formal race, which was sanctioned by Lima and ASA. That's how it started. So we are going for the second time this year on official basis, but it's the third one, including 2022, which was informal.
So you're saying that the culture of running in Limpopo, in Makhado and Nzhelele areas, it's quite big, that people responded very well to a festive race?
Of course, it is quite big, and we also get interest from other provinces. We've got popular runners who run around. We also get support from people from international, your Kenyans, your Zimbabweans, the Lesotho nationals. They come and support this race. And particularly this year, because it's a Comrade and 2 Oceans qualifier, and it also forms part of races that are in vitality calendar. So you automatically get your vitality points if you run our race and complete it.
Now, when you talk about Nzhelele, when you talk about Makhado and Limpopo, the first thing that comes into mind is heat. Having a race around this time, around the heat, do the runners not mind the heat, or do they live and thrive for those kind of conditions in Limpopo?
Look, we chose the date between the Christmas and the New Year because as far as I remember, during that period, there's always a cloudy and it's also raining. In the past 3 years that we held this race, it has been like that. In our Facebook page, in Limpopo Marathon Series, we also took a picture of weather to show that on the 28th it will be raining and it will also be drizzling. So we are favored by the weather gods. And lastly, we also start very early. We start at 5:30, so we finish when it's not that very hot. And our route as well, it runs through the baobab trees, through a very cool area towards Nzhelele Dam. So it is not that hot, you know. So yeah, people who ran this race will tell you that yeah, it's okay.
But talk to me then about what to expect from a runner's perspective in terms of the route. Yes, you're saying it's cool, there's baobab trees, but what sort of a route should one expect? And especially looking at the area of Makhado and Nzhelele, it looks quite mountainous.
Yeah. Look, it is not a very difficult route. There are a few hills that are challenging, but the challenging ones are only two. The rest are fairly well. The route is okay, and it will keep you fit. It's a training for those who want to be fit when we restart our calendar in January. So it is not bad. It is not flat, but it's fairly good.
Well, I've spoken to many runners. I know there's no such thing as a flat route. But talk to me about the response that you've seen. You say you were overwhelmed over the past couple of years. What has the response been like leading into this year's race?
Look, the response is massive. We're getting calls, and also I keep on checking the online entries portal. We were getting numbers. Numbers are coming in, and we believe that this will be one of the biggest race in the area.
You spoke about Comrades and Two Oceans qualifiers, but there's many people who don't necessarily run for Comrades or Two Oceans. What are some of the distances that you have for ordinary runners that run just for the fun of it, for health reasons, but don't necessarily need 42.2 kilometers to qualify?
Look, we catered all distances that are known for a normal race. We've got a 5-kilometer fun run. We've got 10 kilometers, we've got 21 kilometers, and then we've got a marathon. And the entry fees are very reasonable. I think we can proudly say that we are the cheapest in terms of price entry fees, and especially for Comrades and Two Oceans qualifier.
Are you, as a runner yourself, Rudzani, are you seeing a growth, particularly in the province of Limpopo, of marathon running? I mean, yesterday we were talking to Caster Semenya, who had a race today in Gadikgale, Moshate. And then we know that there's recently there's a Shehu Marathon, you've got the Polokwane Marathon, a number of other races in the Limpopo. Are you seeing the culture of running marathons improving, particularly in the Limpopo province?
Believe you me, the culture is growing massively. This year alone, as WOPSA in Limpopo Marathon Series, we've held 5 official races. And the support was big, and we see lots of athletic clubs formed in Limpopo, and they keep on coming. So yes, road running is becoming big in Limpopo.
You spoke about the shorter distances. I mean, who are you targeting with the 5Ks, the 10Ks? Are these your family runs? And particularly because it's a festive run for people to come and maybe just enjoy the festivities, as it were, with a young 5 kilometers.
No, the 5Ks we're looking at is family oriented. Those who will be running your 21s, your 42. They will bring their children, they will bring their parents. So we catered them in 5 kilometers. And 10 kilometers is mostly development. We also doing lots of development in terms of marathons in Limpopo, not necessarily in Nzhelele. One of our events, which was on the 28th of September, it was in Fitako Mutubazi. The other one was in Musina. So, and the development one was also in Toyando. So we are trying to do a lot with regard to development, so that we develop runners when they're still young, so that they can grow interest in running.
Rudzani, as we complete, for people that want to find out more about the Nzhelele Valley Marathon, where do they find the information?
The information is, you can find the information from a race calendar, which is a runner's guide. It is the only race for December. It is the only marathon in December on runner's guide. You can also check our Facebook page. which is Limpopo Marathon Series. That's where you'll get all the information. You can also contact me if you need information. Can I give out my number?
Well, I think you'd rather leave it for your
Okay,
Facebook.
sure.
Let's
Yeah,
just
the
play it
Facebook.
safe.
On Facebook,
Yeah.
we are there as Limpopo Marathon Series.
Fantastic. Rudzani Mandiwana, who is the race director and founder of Nzhelele Marathon, thank you so much for coming through to speak to us. We appreciate your time.